1774, and King Louis XV of France is dead, and his grandson Louis XVI succeeds him. France at this point was Europe's greatest power, something which they wished to continue. Keeping this position from other European powers was costly and led to a series of expensive wars which essentially bankrupted France. At the top of the French government sat the king, the clergy and the nobles, who together are known as the ancien regime. The ancien regime mostly didn't pay taxes, which meant financing France's position fell to everyone else, mostly the poor. This period also saw the height of the Enlightenment. Prominent French political philosophers such as Montesquieu, Rousseau and Voltaire were challenging the political status quo. One major aspect of this was the king's divine right to rule, which meant that the king was king because that was what God wanted, so therefore shut up and do what he says. Ideas that challenged divine right to rule came from Britain with its constitutional monarchy and from the newly formed United States, who had decided that kings really weren't that necessary. France's aid to the American Revolution had secured independence for the colonies and had struck a blow against France's great rival. This, however, was not a cheap blow and threw France into even greater economic hardship. Louis appointed a series of finance ministers to fix the country's tax woes, but all failed simply because they couldn't get the clergy or the nobility to pay taxes. The peasantry were now starting to get restless since these tax problems hit them the hardest. A harvest failure led to the price of bread skyrocketing and riots broke out. France was now in crisis, and so Louis called for the Assembly of the Estates General, which was a major legislative assembly which had not met for over 150 years. It represented the three great estates of France: the first estate, the clergy; the second estate, the nobility; and the third estate, everybody else.